and stormy night. A murder has taken place.
Hey bro, why you so ugly, sia? What? What? What you ugly? What? Don't kill! I'm dead.
The police were fast to arrive, but the murderer left no trace. 6 suspects were taken to see what they have to say. Some lie while others tell the truth, and everybody's welcome to join the game.
After being taken for separate interrogation, I find that the statements of certain suspects are self-contradicting. Let me find out who, with the power of natural deduction! So now let's use the power of natural deduction to deduce the identities of these 6 suspects. But first of all, let's clarify something. We have the conditions that all the criminals will tell lies, while all the innocent people tell the truth. In order for us to have the natural deduction, we have come up with 12 premises. We let A, B, C, D, E, F stand for A is telling the truth, B is telling the truth, C is telling the truth, and etc. So because A said D is a criminal, therefore A implies D is not correct. Then we have premise 1. And because A implies not D, we can have not A implies D. And from all the information we gather from 6 suspects, we have come up with 12 premises as stated on the screen. And now let's use a natural deduction to deduce who is telling the lie while who is telling the truth.
First, let us assume F. From the premise, we have F implies not B. So we have not B. And from the premise, we have not B implies C and E. So we have C and E. Since we have C and E, we have C. And from the premise, C implies not D or not F. Since we have C and E, we also have E. And from the premise, E implies D and E. Since we are assuming that F is correct, and we have not D or not F, by disjunction syllogism, we have not D. However, E implies that D and E, but not D and D cannot coexist, and hence we have a contradiction. So, the assumption that F is correct is wrong, and Frank is a criminal.
So, what do you have to say?
You'll never find the others out.
From the previous fact that not F and not F implies B, we can logically deduce that B. So we have B is innocent. This together with not B implies C and E, we can deduce that not C or not E. Let's assume not C. So together with the premise that not C implies D and F, we can come to D and F. Then from D and F, we deduce F. Since we know from previous fact not F, we have F and not F. Using this and our previous assumption not C, we are able to deduce not C implies F and not F.
Therefore, our assumption that not F presents a contradiction of F and not F. Hence, we can conclude that assumption was wrong, and we have C, means Carl is innocent.
From previous fact that not C or not E and not C, we can logically deduce that not E. Therefore, we have E is a criminal.
So, what do you have to say?
I can't tell you. They'll kill me for it.
Since we have proved not E, and by referring back to our premise that not E implies not D or not F, we have not E or not F. And then we assume D. And from our premise previously, we know that D implies not A and not C. Hence we know not C. However, we have already proved that C is correct, and this is a contradiction. Hence, we can say our assumption is wrong, and we can deduce that D is a criminal.
So, what do you have to say?
I just did what I had to do.
And then since we have not D, and from premise we know not D implies A or C. And then we assume not A. From our premise that not A implies D. But we have not D already previously in our natural deduction. Hence, this is also a contradiction, and not A is wrong. Hence, A is not a criminal, and he is innocent.
Yes, mission complete. Yeah.
Hey, you did well in finding the contradictions in the suspect's statements.
But I sense something is wrong. I think there may still be a hidden story to this case.